I didn't get any gold on this, right? Come look.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Making Speedster. I'm Jeff Giovanello. I play Uncle Scott. And right now the boys are in the backyard today because we're weathering the props, we're scraping things with files. It's a big mess, so we're outside. Come along and I'll show you how these artists make movie magic in New York.
Yeah.
Whose helmet is this? This is my helmet.
This is Uncle Scott's helmet.
I'm going to try on...
This is Uncle Scott's best friend slash, Alex's dad.
Okay.
Give us a look-see. Look at the camera. Hold it still for a second. Give me a slight turn to the right. Yep. Give me a little bit more turn to the right. Look down a little bit. Up. Yep. Look at me. Pretty cool.
I had bought 3 extras of these. I dropped one.
You might have to paint this one piece hanging.
What happened?
No, it's just paint's coming off of the... Oh, is this paint or skin?
I don't know. From the back it looks perfect.
Sweet. Yep. It feels comfortable. It feels pretty good. Oh yeah. This is just gonna have to be visual stuff. Okay, so for the helmet designs, essentially we wanted to go with contrasting colors to traditional antagonist-protagonist themes. For instance, we'll start with our antagonist of our film. Dino, this is his helmet, our antagonist. As you can see here, very pitted, very weathered. He's an experienced veteran racer, so he's been through a lot of stuff, therefore his helmet's going to have a lot of wear and tear on it. We wanted it to give that simulation of, he's an expert racer that, he goes through the grind every day. In terms of the color scheme for him, traditionally protagonists are going to have your lighter white colors. However, we wanted to flip the switch. Our antagonists, Dino and Sega, they have those bright, vibrant colors, the whites and the reds. In contrast to that, our protagonists, they have more traditional antagonist colors, those darker earth tones, those darker metallic tones. As you can see here, this is Alex's helmet, call-sign Mustang. We went more with that brushed aluminum, brushed steel kind of look. Gives it that very aerodynamic aviator kind of look. Same thing with her father's helmet that we see in the opening of the movie. This is call-sign Mustang Alex's father's helmet that gets lost in the opening scene. Again, more of that brushed metal look. And now we go into the Uncle Scott slash Zach call-sign Spider helmet. We went with more of that aviator gold, kind of reminiscent of the 1920s, 1930s, the heyday of the aviator time period, where they used a lot of those golds and metals.
Right.
It really pops. I feel like it gives our protagonist kind of a unique dark feel, which traditionally, like I said, would go to an antagonist. And it really is going to sell the whole image of that flipped world of the good guys in this movie are actually seen as the outcasts, whereas the bad guys, the antagonists, are loved by everyone because they are the best racers.
Is that it?
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
no, it doesn't.
Oh, that was perfect though.
No.
We got it. What just happened?
I cut my knuckle filing down, and I got some natural blood weathering on my my armor there.
Very nice. Very nice.
Let's wait and tears this production. It's bulging out, these logos, so it's a little tough to wear down. Just requires a lot more work and a lot more blood.
You still bleeding?
Still bleeding.
Oh, that's blood on there?
That's blood, yeah.
Oh, that's the real deal.
That works, right? So yeah, the first layer that I put on is just to, dirty up the gold. Gives it like that nice surface that now that the brush is a little bit drier, now we can get like those clean brush strokes. So you're trying to get some more dirtiness. How's that, right?
Oh, beautiful.
I think I'm getting a little more precise on this one compared to the first one.
You live and you learn.
I forget what you were saying. You saying you put a touch of gold in the helmet?
Brown. So
Oh.
essentially, I first painted this helmet brown, and then I wiped most of it off because I wanted to get some of the rust to come through. You could kind of see it in certain spots, but it didn't have as good an effect as I wanted. Like you'll see if you look inside there, there's pitting. It's like brown, so it gives like that rust feel to it. But I don't think it's necessary because I feel like this steel look in general just pops so much.
Getting hot. More sweat, more blood, more blood. PSA, all crew members and cast of Mice Productions have been tested for any diseases, so don't worry about the blood.
This brush I actually custom made. I cut down some tips to give it more of like a coarser feel to it, so we get those nice brush strokes. Those brush strokes translate into these nice metal scratching kind of simulation, and I feel like that really gives it that pitted used look, and it gives it that real world. It's been used, it's been made by someone. This was handcrafted. It wasn't fabricated on a printing press or a 3D printer like plastic.
Yeah, what's next?
Essentially, I'm going to go right into painting Alex's Speedster. So this is the main protagonist Speedster right here. Here it is before anything's been painted on it. It just has this, you know, aluminum kind of look to it. When we're done, this aluminum silver is going to turn into more of that pitted steel look, that brushed steel.
Right.
And that's really what we're going for. It looks more used, it looks more real world, it looks like it's actually something that's going to be in the air, that's been used, that has some miles on it. That's it. We're just going to paint in, get started. This is just to give a base for some pitting. Start here at the bottom. I love the way this metal reacts to the paint. Even right now, as I'm just wiping it off, it's already
I see it.
changing colors. You know, even without having to get artistic with it, it's just as I'm wiping it off, it's already went from that bright silver to more of that, you know, used steel look. Because at the end of the day, the aluminum silver color that's up top, that's too bright, that's too modern. That's not something that we want in the film. That looks like something that's made in a factory. Whereas this looks more like something that you were fabricating in your backyard or inside your, you know, your home studio garage.
Hi. Hello. Oh, what a beauty. What a beauty.
Since this is the protagonist Speedster, you know, we really want to make sure it has that screen presence and that realness look to it. We don't want people to, because it's going to be seen more than probably any other Speedster in the film. I would say this Speedster, then the other Speedster that belongs to Zach, are going to be the most prominently featured Speedsters in the movie, only because there's so much screen time between those two characters. However, that being said, you know, this being the Speedster of the protagonist, we need to make sure that this one really pops, that when people are looking at it, because it's going to be seen more than any other Speedster, that they really are buying into the fact that, hey, like, you know, this is something real, this is something that I believe can do the things that we're telling them as an audience it can do. Put it like more towards the top a little bit. Yeah, I think they match up fine. You know, this one's a little bit more vibrant, but that's because it's, you know, it's a different textured surface. You know.
All right, the detailing is done on these Speedsters, and now they are ready for clear coat. That'll keep the scuffing and scoring permanent.
I think so. Do you have glasses or sunglasses I can put on?
All right, so in the beginning of the clear coat process, we realized we neglected to bring the safety goggles. But Joe came up with another idea. Okay, it is now after lunch. We had a very productive morning. We weathered 2 Speedsters, and now it is time to do Sega's and Dino's armor, Speedster, and such. And that's what they're doing right now. It's really hot out, and we're worried that the sun is actually melting the glue that holds everything together, so we gotta go fast.
If I see, if I just do that quick, get some streaks in there.
You got the white paint for this one?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you're beautiful. I love you too. Okay, we're back in the workshop again because the sun was melting the welds on the Speedsters. So we took it inside to the air-conditioned garage. And now we will continue.
I feel like my thinking is where this red abrasion is, this is where there would have been contact on the Speedster.
Right.
So we can afford to have like some really dark spots on there as well with the real black abrasions.
Oh, yeah. Oh, don't hit the pipes when it goes over your
yeah,
head,
yeah, right.
because I just saw that. Here, let me power you up.
Let me champion.
You see. See, it looks good. It really does. Minus the lower body, obviously.
I know, yeah.
But it's like,
Cut this out.
but it's like, you know. Let me see the back of you. Turn to me. Oh yeah. I like how the boosters. Check this. I like how they're separated,
Okay.
so you can believe that the fire is
right.
actually going to be shooting away. Yeah, it came out good. I think it works out
Let me
good.
get close to the camera.
I'm trying mine on next. I don't got my jacket though.
You still can.
Yeah, it looks stupid.
Stay in the same day.
Steve has just tried on his completed rig, and he is ready for action.
Nice work, man. Fucking.
That's going to do it. Check it out. All 4 Speedsters completed. These guys are artists. I had nothing to do with it. I held the flashlight a few times. Join us next time, though. Very exciting. We're going to meet the entire cast. You're not going to want to miss that. Join us.